Get ready. It's time for Bucs Live.
Bucs Live.
Bucs Live.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers talk with Rick Hughes and David White-Carver.
This is
Bucs Live.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, so we have no David White-Carver tonight. You're stuck with me. It's just going to be an abbreviated show. We're going to talk for just a couple of minutes about the offensive coordinator news, the interviews that are coming. Let's talk about that and see what see what you guys have to say. I don't know if you've heard the breaking news, but like Billy Bob Thornton and some other folks are being interviewed. Keenan McCardell, he's being interviewed, but the other people apparently, and this is according to Rick Stroud, Broncos passing game coordinator Clint Kubiak and Jaguars passing game coordinator Jim Bob Cooter. Jim Bob Cooter is being interviewed, and things are so bad that the Buccaneers asked to interview Texans offensive coordinator Pep Hamilton, and he declined. Okay, guys, it's rather obvious. Tom Brady is not coming back. We can stop it now. We can stop it. Okay, we've moved on. It's time. It is time to just move on. There's no doubt about what the deal is. There's no way Brady's coming back with Cooter being the offensive coordinator. So we will see. And Clint Kubiak, the Broncos passing game coordinator. Weren't the Broncos horrible this year? It feels like the Buccaneers are in full-on tank mode. Perhaps I'm wrong, but it sure feels like that. I don't know. If you want to call and join, feel free to call and join at 770-633-0001. We're going to see if that works. We're going to see if that number, if I've got all the buttons pushed and, all the dials dialed and all the info, everything that needs to happen. We'll see if we got it going here to where we can take calls. But guys, I'm Bill O'Brien is now the offensive coordinator in New England. I will be shocked if Brady goes back to New England, but I was shocked when Brady came to Tampa. Brady's not coming back. Not for Jim Bob Cooter, whatever his name is. Jim Bob Cooter. Cooter. It's just horrifying to think. But anyway, let's hear your calls. I want to hear what you guys think is going on. What's the news for you? What do you guys think is going on? What do you think? I mean, put your comments in there. Tell me what you think on this quick abbreviated version of Bucs Live. We're on, I believe, all the Bucs Report, on their platform, on their Twitch and their Twitter and their YouTube, and we're on our YouTube from Bucs Live. If you want to see where else to find us, you can always go to www.bucs.live. And you can see where all the links are, and we'll go from there. But guys, the news coming out, I'm sorry, but the news coming out of one Buck is horrendous in my eyes. Horrendous. It just means buckle down. It means we're planning on going through a rough year. I think this is what it means. We're planning on going through a very rough year to go ahead and get the salary cap stuff all straightened out. I don't know. I mean, do you then consider trading some assets you have that may be starting to age a little bit, and let's go ahead and do this thing? I mean, you've got a core of a team here to move forward. You have a core to build around. with, Kate Otten and O'Keefe, with Rashad White, with Chris Godwin. You have that. So, you have the opportunity, you have the option to build forward. You have some guys on defense with Vita Vea, and you've got players to build around. I think it's time. I think it's time that maybe what they're doing is saying, all right, guys, look, we went all in and we got our Super Bowl. Now it's time to pay. And the bill came due. It's time to pay the bill. And maybe that's the case. And look, was it worth it? Absolutely. It was worth it. Absolutely. To Jason Light, to the Buccaneer organization, and Tom Brady, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for 3 great years. Thank you for coming. Thank you for everything that just happened. And I get it. I get it. Now it's time to pay the price. Now we're going to pay for it. Uh-oh. Now we're going to pay for it. And the truth of the matter is...
oh no, we suck again.
Yes, that's right, guys. Oh no, we suck again. It's a disaster. It's horrible. It really is horrible. I'm horrified at what the future looks like, but at the same time, I'm good with it. I'm okay with it. We paid. This is what you pay for. Let me say this. Let's say we suck for the next 3 years. All right. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Heck yes, it was worth it. Every little bit of it was worth it. Absolutely. It's like dating a girl that it was awesome. It was great. And then she leaves you. But man, at least you had her for that amount of time. And that's the way it goes, guys. We've been dating the prom queen. We've had heaven on earth the last 3 years. It's been awesome. If Brady comes back to this mess, then you have to start worrying about concussion protocol, or you have to start worrying about some things because he's obviously not making good decisions. Seriously, Jim Bob Cooter, that's the best we could come up with. I mean, I'm guessing they reached out to Todd Monken, and Todd Monken said, no, thank you. I'm guessing. I don't know. I mean, it's scary. So we have to begin to look forward to the years ahead. What are we going to do this year in the draft? What are we going to do in the next few years? And listen, guys, one thing we can talk about, we can throw it up against a wall. We can see what you have to say, and I will read your comments. Guys, Mike Evans. Do you trade Mike Evans? Now, everybody calm down. Everybody don't flip out on me when I say, do you trade Mike Evans? Mike Evans, the moment that dude retires,
Manny.
The moment that guy retires, oh, and of course I got the wrong kind of phone call right now. The moment that guy retires, that's when we're gonna. He belongs in the Hall of Fame. I mean, in the Bucs Ring of Honor immediately. Here we go. Here now we got a call. All right, we've got our first call. Todd, how are you doing, Todd from Winter Park? Oh, okay. For some reason, it's not coming through here. Let me try something. All right, there we go, Todd. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I think you're good to go on here now. So, Todd, okay. You saw the names. What's your gut initial reaction to the names that have been brought up for offensive coordinator?
Well, there's only one name I know.
Keenan McCardle.
There's only one name. There's only one name I like. Now, I who is really out there? I thought they would try to go after the
Monken.
Patriots. Who the Patriots?
Well, Bill
what's that?
O'Brien, Bill O'Brien,
Bill
or
O'Brien.
well, I'm guessing we know he went to the Patriots, so
Right.
he probably looked at both organizations and said, yeah, it's probably time to go. I think the Buccaneers may not have even reached out to him because the Buccaneers might have said that's an answer if we had Tom Brady. I think the Buccaneers know. I think the Buccaneers are moving forward on the assumption we're not going to have Tom Brady. You don't.
Let me bring. Yeah.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Let me bring up a name to you now. I don't know. I know he's probably up there in age, but it's a guy that he was a better offensive coordinator than he was a head coach.
Who's that?
Norm Turner.
Yeah, I think he's 140 years old now. Look, there are a lot of names out there that would be fun to have. Todd Monken, the easiest of them. I think these people are saying no. I mean, for crying out loud, the Texans offensive coordinator said no, thank you, regarding the position with the Buccaneers. Let that wash over you.
That's saying a lot. That's
right.
Saying they know something, or they know that Brady's not coming back.
Well, yeah,
I'm hearing other people saying that there's still a chance that Brady will come back.
Until Brady definitively, and even then, until Brady definitively says something otherwise, there's a chance. But Tom Brady is not coming back to work with Jim Bob Cooter.
Yeah, no, that's the wrong guy. Keenan McCardle is intriguing.
Is he?
Keenan
I think
McCardle
it's
is
just
great.
the only reason Keenan McCardle is intriguing is because he was a Buccaneer and we knew him and loved him. He was part of our first Super Bowl. You know, we've got love for that guy. We got history with him. So it's intriguing.
I'll tell you, you should be the offensive coordinator.
Who?
Bruce Arians.
Well, why would Bruce Arians be offensive coordinator? Why would he do that? First of all, he's apparently
he would let Todd Bowles coach, and he would be the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, Todd.
Okay.
It's not going to happen. He's pissed off at the organization for one thing. Bruce Arians supposedly is ticked off at the organization because for firing the coaches. So what are you going to do? Corey Brown asks, should Harold Godwin be promoted to offensive coordinator? I don't know, man. At this point, I don't think we're looking at this year as even a possibility of success. I cannot fathom why we would go with Denver's passing game coordinator. Why we would even consider that. They were horrible.
That's a train wreck out there.
They were horrible this year. And it's like, let's emulate that. He'll come cheap. I'll bet you he'll come cheap.
He would come cheap.
Yeah, guys, I think it's time to embrace the horror. I think it is what it is. I think the Buccaneers are saying, let's pay the pauper now and start to rebuild. Let's look a year or two down the road and see what we can do then. Stop looking at the magic fix of some, Aaron Rodgers or Lamar Jackson or even probably Derek Carr. I mean, Derek Carr, why would Derek Carr say, yes, I want to come to Tampa? No, why would anybody want to come to Tampa now? It's not happening. I think it's obvious they're running with, they're going to run with plan C, not even plan B. I think they're going with plan C, and we'll see what happens. But
I heard, I hear rumors, and you know how rumors get started.
This is
I heard a really good. I heard a really good one today.
What's that?
And I don't know if he has ties. Lamar Jackson to Atlanta.
Yeah, I heard that rumor too. Who knows? This is silly season. We're all going to hear
Right.
rumors. You're going to hear rumors about everybody everywhere. I don't know. I mean, you're going to hear, you will hear anything and everything. I mean, people are just throwing
Right.
stuff against the wall because there's nothing. Look, guys, this is an abbreviated show tonight. This is going to be a quick show tonight. Why? Because there's really nothing to talk about. Now, if I was getting paid big money to talk, I'm going to have to find something to talk about. So rumors get started and, it stuff happens. But guys, it is what it is. Let me read the names to you again. Okay. Keenan McCardell. I have a hard time saying this name. Jim Bob Cooter. These are the people interviewing to be the offensive coordinator, and Clint Kubiak. Pep Hamilton turned us down. The Texans offensive coordinator turned us down. Well, we're back.
Wow.
As Bucs fans, this is a familiar feeling. It really is. It's a familiar feeling. It sucks.
Hey, Rick, is there any, besides Todd Monken, is there any other offensive coordinators in the college ranks that you think could come in and do
the problem?
a good job?
Listen, the problem seems relatively clear. The fact that we're not hearing any major names, any big names, tells us they've already gotten no from those people. They've already been turned down by all the big names. This is who they're now down to. This is who they're having to settle for.
Well, if they're doing that, they're reaching.
Well, it's obvious
And
they're
if they're gonna
reaching.
And if they're going to be reaching like that, what's free agency going to be like? What's the draft going to be
Well,
like?
that's why we need to prepare for a bad year, guys. And I brought it up earlier. I was bringing it up right as you called. And Todd, I want to hear what you have to say about this because I know you're a Bucs fan, a real Bucs fan going way back. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Having said that, I have a lot of love for Mike Evans. And there's a part of me that says, trade him. We can probably still get a 1 or 2 for him. And don't put him through this. What's coming? The next 2-3 years are going to suck. And that's going to be the last, 2-3 real productive years of his career. Let's do what the Patriots do. Let's trade him. Let's send him somewhere where he can make a little noise and enjoy, some more Super Bowls or whatever, at least playoff games or relevance. We've got a young core of players like Godwin and Rashad White, and we've got, Wirfs, and we've got Winfield and Vea and Jamel Dean. We have some guys that are good core players to start to build around, but it's time, I think, that we just, in essence, throw the towel in otherwise and gather assets, cut people. Let's get back down to the bare bones, get ourselves in a good position, salary cap wise, and maybe with some assets, stack up some draft picks and see what happens. Any thoughts?
Well, on the Evans front, I kind of agree to disagree. Mike Evans is my favorite. Mike Evans is my favorite player.
No, I understand.
I have a jersey that Mike Evans signed at training camp for me.
Yeah. No, I understand that.
And so I'm very biased to Mike Evans. He's been my favorite player. I've got a picture here in my living room, a big picture I bought at the team store of him getting ready to catch the ball. Now, it's not a Super Bowl picture, but it's against Kansas City. And it's a picture of him getting ready to catch the ball with a Kansas City defender on him. And, I got a Mike Evans little picture up here that my best friend Shane bought me. And
but do you want to make him? Do you want to make him go through a rebuild? I mean, I understand him being your favorite player. I do. I mean, there's so many reasons to understand him being your favorite player. But do you want to put him through a rebuild? Where he has no chance of, I mean, for him, don't you want him to maybe, you're talking Hall of Fame, you're talking all these other things. He needs to keep racking up numbers. He needs recognition. I mean, is he better off somewhere else like John Lynch when John Lynch went to Denver? Is that what we're facing? I mean, listen, he's a Buck to the core. Okay. Mike Evans is a Buck to the core. All right. It's not
his name will be in the Raptors someday.
Yeah. I mean, the day he retires, in the off season, you could fill the stadium and just throw a party for him and put him up in the Ring of Honor. It doesn't even need to be at halftime of a game. He'll fill the stadium just in tribute to him. I just think, maybe
I understand what you're saying. He's a class act. He does a lot for the community with his charity.
Yeah.
He's a people person, and he's just pure class.
Yeah.
And I want him to be a Buccaneer for life, but I get on the flip side of that, what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Do we re-sign Levante David? Who's going to be our quarterback? I've heard so many rumors about quarterbacks that
I mean, I'm starting to wonder if they're just saying we're going to roll with Trask for a year, get the high draft pick, and let's see where we end up a year from now. I mean, it sounds weird,
well, I heard that. Let's give Trask a chance.
Well, I don't know about let's give Trask a chance. I think they know Trask is not the answer. I think it.
Well, I hope they know that, because I don't think he's the answer.
Right. I think they know that. I mean, I don't want to speak for them, but I mean, I think I do believe there's a plan in place. They seem as though they are moving forward. The team does seem like it's moving forward deliberately. As though they've got something very specific they are trying to accomplish. My guess is, like I said, in essence, paying the pauper for a year. Everything feels like it. Jim Bob Cooter and Kubiak from Denver.
Listen, if there is a slight chance at all for us to have Brady back, a slight chance at all, you got to bring in a name. You got to bring in a name offensive coordinator.
But you can't just bring in a name. It's not like if the Bucs want to, they can. Though the names are probably saying no. This is probably who the Buccaneers are left with. Okay, it's not a matter of they got to bring in a name. You can't just snap your fingers and bring in a name. I mean, whoever they call, you realize whoever they call up and say, "Hey, we want to interview you," they're going to say, "Who's going to be the quarterback?"
No,
I don't know.
No. I hear you. I saw today. Now, I don't know if you could take him away from Dallas, but what about Kellen Moore? He's interviewed for a head coaching job.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get him as an offensive coordinator.
I want to say it's Carolina, where you're located. I want to say it's Carolina.
Yeah, we're not going to get him as an offensive coordinator. We're just not.
No.
I don't know. We'll see what's going to happen, but guys.
Again, I don't know how close Brady and they seem to be close. I don't know how close they really were.
Brady and who?
But they seem to be close, but maybe they weren't. I mean, we don't know that to be a fact.
Brady and who?
Leftwich and Brady. Byron Leftwich and Brady.
I don't think that the Buccaneers would have even remotely considered firing Leftwich last year, and they did consider it, and Todd Bowles was given the green light to fire Leftwich last year, partway through the season, and Bowles decided no. There's no way that ever got a green light without Brady's approval, without Brady's blessing. So I think Brady was ready. I think Brady realized this guy, he just can't do this. He's not ready for this. And I mean, guys, everything turns, worm turns. You know, we got 3 great years. We got more than we bargained for, or as much as we had hoped for. And okay.
No, he changed the whole culture. He changed the whole culture of the organization
for 3 years, or at least 2.
Well, yeah. We went to the playoffs all 3 years. We had a rough year this year, up and down. Yeah. With injuries, you know, Godwin was coming off an injury. Jensen gets hurt second day of camp. I mean, you know, there was injuries up and down all year. We never really had.
Now I know you're an FSU guy, right? You're an FSU guy, but what do you think about all the, you know, you're the rumor king. A lot of rumors flying around about you know who in the draft. I don't know what you think about Anthony Richardson, even though he's a Gator.
I think the kid's got a lot of potential.
He's mobile.
He's got a good arm. He's long. He's got a good arm. Seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders. Yeah. Good character guy. The Bucs, Jason Light. I know Jason Light about Jason Light. He won't draft. They better be good character guys, because if they're not, Jason Light will not draft them.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, keep in mind, Jason Light brought in Antonio Brown. So, I mean, I think they're willing to compromise when necessary, but I don't think that's his. I understand what you're saying. If you look back at Jason Light's track record, the guys he drafts in general are high character guys. I can't remember the last. Well, that was before.
O.J. Howard's a perfect example.
That was before him.
We had a chance to draft Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
And he drafted O.J. Howard because this is what again, it's rumor. We don't know if it's true or not, but I heard he didn't like the people that Dalvin Cook was hanging out with. So I don't know if Dalvin Cook ever got in any trouble or not, or if he was running around with bad people. I don't know that. So I don't want to throw Dalvin Cook under the bus, because what a talent Dalvin Cook is. I saw the kid play at Florida State, and unbelievable running back.
He's never really. Yes, he's a talent. There's no doubt he's a talent.
I know he's been hurt.
He's certainly more talented than O.J. Howard. But having said that, I don't know. Listen, Jason Light either hits a home run or completely swings and misses on every draft pick. There's not a lot in between. And I'm not terrible with that. I mean, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some, but the ones that he hits seem to be like out of the park kind of draft picks. So I'm kind of okay with that. And then the ones that he misses. You know, I find it funny how people will. This is something that I find funny with a lot of Buccaneers fans, is they say, "Oh, but this draft was bad. He had a bad draft." Okay, find me a general manager that's been with a team 5 years, 6 years, 7 years that doesn't have a bad draft. I mean, it's impossible not to. So, I'm all about Jason Light. Todd,
listen, I think Jason Light's been phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the Super Bowl year, he brought in Fournette, he brought in Antonio Brown, he brought in Gronk, and that team rolled at the right time. Yep. And the people that are talking about, I want to say one thing, and then I'm going to let you go, Rick.
Yep.
I want to say one thing about Tom Brady. I'm hearing a lot of people talk bad about Tom Brady, but what did he do for us? He won us the Super Bowl. He's taken us to the playoffs 3 straight years, and we had 2 really good years. And if we'd have had Antonio Brown last year in that Rams game, who knows what would have happened?
Yep. listen, no matter how you slice it, Tom Brady gave us the best 3-year run this franchise ever had. So anybody who's mad at Tom Brady, whatever. Listen, there also may be something down the line. Let me tell you something. They may have a plan for not this year, but next year. I mean, not this year, not 2023. They may say, okay, here's what we're going to try and do in 2024. They may, listen, that this team's, if there's one thing I know about this team, they have a plan. They always have a plan. So let's see what happens.
Right.
Guys, I want to thank you, Todd. Thank you for coming on. We're going to call it a night. I just want to do a little quick show here and
yes, sir.
At least throw that out there. Have a great night, Todd.
You too, Rick. Thank you.
Yep. Guys, Dazzling Dave could not come on. And we were just on very briefly. Mostly I wanted to try out the equipment and make sure everything was working. So thanks, guys. I appreciate you. And Dave and I will be back, I believe, next Tuesday. Maybe we'll have some offensive coordinator news by then. But I don't know, guys. We'll see what happens. We'll see. But that's it, guys. Have a great night. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys. And have a wonderful night. All of you. Go Bucs. Go Bucs. Go Bucs.